Alright. We should be good now. The guys in the chat are going to have to help me with the audio settings, because they might be a little different from my XSplit, since I'm using a different broadcaster. Alright, so who wants to do a recap?
Not it.
Today is reverse day, so that means Migray is up.
No, it's not. You have to
She's totally
announce
on
the
board with
reverse
it.
day. I don't remember.
Not perfectly.
It was a short one last time. Let's see here.
I think we explored the room and then we found some secret tunnels. Oh yeah, we punched through some walls trying to figure out how to get out of that bloody room.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I think we
A
fought some gargoyles.
literal bloody room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fought
And
some
then we went-
gargoyles.
Yeah. Shot some gargoyles.
Yep.
Went north, I think, into what looked like a shadowy version of the bloody room, or a dark version of the bloody room, minus the blood. And then kind of don't remember the rest.
Yeah, so you guys found two different kind of paths, but you guys decided to take the north path. And by taking the north path, you practically went into another room that was almost exactly the same, except it wasn't bloodied everywhere, right? You didn't see these like fountains of blood and whatnot, but there were still the gargoyle statues. Unlike the other room, though, those gargoyle statues came to life, right? And they didn't move right away. You guys kind of got like the upper hand on them because I think Drakthal shot one, and then they all woke up. But yeah, you managed to basically just get rid of those. Now, your elf buddy, he's really low on HP because he took a nasty critical hit last time from those gargoyles. You guys wanted to do a short rest, I think. Is that what you guys wanted to do again? Trying to remember.
Awesome.
I think so.
Everybody else is.
I'm like at half HP, so I wouldn't mind some healing.
Okay. But yeah, your buddy there, he's bleeding really bad. And he doesn't exactly have a lot of health because he is suffering from level exhaustion. Right? So he's technically way lower level than he should be. Let's put it that way.
We gotta convince him to stay back. Like, he's not gonna actually help us in the fights, honestly. He just needs to stay out of the way. Get killed.
Alright. Does anybody want to heal him up? I'm gonna let him be.
Tensubin.
Okay, so
I can. Let me give him 2 casts of Cure Wounds, because it looks like my spell storing item is currently full. So
okay.
that was at 1d8 plus my modifier.
Where's my pencil at? I'll put my pencil here. Kinda need that. That'll work. Okay. And how much you giving him?
I rolled 2 1s, so he gets 8 total.
Okay, well that sucks. Hey, it's better than nothing. Right?
Yeah, and then I tell him, it's like, or maybe I tell him, you know, that because you're so beat up. I mean, you know how magic works, and the wounds are so grievous that even the magics don't quite work. You need to just stay back. You need to stay out of this. Stay out
And
of the fight, stay alive. We need your knowledge more than your arm.
he agrees. He says, if if you need any information that comes to mind, and I may know the answer, I will let you. I will answer your questions. Is what he tells you.
I need a cardboard box for him to hide in, like he's Snake or something. Just needs to get him out of the way.
Okay. All right. So, what's your intentions now? You've practically cleared this room. There's still a few other doors. You've checked 2 doors, but there's nothing behind those doors. There's 3 other doors in the room that you can look at. And obviously there's one of those contact stones that they have on the side if you want to contact any of the red wizards.
It would be fun to be like, call them over into a choke point and then mow them down like we got siege tanks and stuff, but I don't think that works.
What would you do if they just started teleporting in?
Oh, then we die.
Killing them one at a time.
Not getting drop shipped behind your siege tank lines. That's just not.
Okay. All right. So you've already checked the 2 doors. There's nothing behind those doors, as you saw. They're kind of like trap doors. There is still the way back, and then there's the 3 other doors to the north that you can see there. Other than that, you really just see, it's kind of like a little dim light in here, with the gargoyle statues crumbled up on the ground. Obviously, it's like stone, right? That you've smashed to pieces. Alright, so, Two-Man, what are you doing?
We checked the. Okay, so I see the two that we revealed is one on the right and then the one on the south.
Mm-hmm.
And we check, and then, so there's 3 other doors that we haven't really checked. It looks like.
That's right.
I guess continue to the door to the northeast. Sorry, the northeast door.
North.
Straight across from where we came in. Wait, 2-man checks. Okay. Is everybody okay? How are we doing? Physically, health-wise, resource-wise. How's everyone feeling at the moment?
Wonder what's happening there with this.
With what?
I was on the wrong layer, that's why. Okay, so to the northeast there isn't another door, but there's one directly north of you.
Yeah, the north one.
Okay. So you're gonna check that out?
Just before, he kind of turns to the rest of the party and says, okay, is everyone ready to continue? Or do you guys need a moment?
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Thumbs up. Enthusiastic McGray, as always. Excellent.
Always enthusiastic.
All right. So 2 bands go into that north door then. Drakthal, what are you doing?
I will investigate the door on the left.
All the way to the left? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Destina, what are you doing?
Watching, waiting to
Alright.
see if something comes out.
What about Magreus? Same thing?
Yeah, I'll let the guys check out the
The doors.
doors.
Okay. So
I'm too squishy.
Two band, how you going about the door? Are you just gonna open it? Are you gonna listen? What's the idea?
I guess he would start by listening again, like he did with the previous rooms. but I'm not that hopeful because last time we were leaning against the doors, it was just the sound of like water and stuff. But might as well listen first.
Yeah, when you listen, you don't hear anything. It's very quiet.
Then he would probably gently open the door.
Okay.
See what's going on.
There's nothing there. It's another trap door. Alright. Jackdaw, what are you doing with that door?
I'm just gonna bust it open.
You kick it open,
knife.
or?
Yep, just gonna kick it open.
Okay. You kick it open, and you see another hole.
Ah.
Okay.
Alright. I will then go to the top door. Since I can't crawl through the hole anyways, probably.
Okay.
And kick that one open.
And just do it right away. You don't even care.
Yep, don't even care.
Same thing.
Oh, another hole.
Yep. So you got 2 holes.
How big are these? Again?
It's
They're
kind of
a
the
couple
same.
feet across, or mouse-sized hole. I'm trying to remember.
So with these, you can kind of like crawl through. With the one to the north, the one to the left is very small. Now you need to be like a small animal.
Huh.
Huh.
Can
Christina?
what was the name of the sorry, what was the name of the fairy dragon again? I can't remember its name.
Oh yeah, Destina does have a little fairy dragon, doesn't she?
Ancient
Summerwise. And if you want to, you can always name it something else too. But that's what its previous owner used to call it.
What was the name
Eagle
again?
Eye?
Sorry.
Summerwise.
Cute.
So it's a little pseudo dragon that's in Destina's backpack. He likes it.
Destina is going. Huh?
Huh?
Well, I think the course forward is obvious. I'm gonna talk to Summerwise and see if my little fairy dragon will go forward and see what's going on with that little small hole.
Okay. Yep. So you're gonna do that then? Little fairy dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yep.
Little fairy dragon likes you. So it's going to do what you say, and it's going to go check out that little hole. Okay.
Dun dun dun.
And when it goes through the hole, it basically comes back to you. Let me see here. I don't think fairy dragons can talk. What kind of languages do you know?
Orc, Common, and Elvish.
Okay. Now, it knows, obviously, because it's a dragon, you should know that it knows Draconic, but it can also perceive telepathically to you. So, telepathically, it's communicating a feeling that there's nothing there, basically.
Okay. I look at the team and I say, there's nothing behind that small hole, so yet another dead end.
Okay. And what about the crawl space to the north?
Well, too bad. I think you can fit in here, right?
Dwarves love crawling around in dirt.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm a treasure hunter. That's what I do. So he like puts his shield down and gets on his knees and kind of pokes his head through the hole.
Okay. Yeah. And you see another pathway very similar to the one you just came through from that other room.
Kind of like backs up out of the hole. Well, there's a path in there. Don't know exactly where it goes. But, once you guys sit tight for a second, I'm gonna go take a better look.
Okay.
I will stay by the hole to hear any danger.
All right.
Yeah. Crawls back into the hole.
And you go all the way around?
Yeah, is the entire tunnel really cramped, or does it open up as soon as I get past that first?
Actually, before you crawl through, would you like me to make you invisible?
Yeah, why don't we do that? That's fine with me.
All right. And I cast invisibility onto him.
Okay. Invisible 2 bands. All right.
I also cast myself invisible at the same time.
Oh. Are you trying to get as many people as you can invisible?
No, I'm just getting both of us invisible since everyone else is over there.
Okay. All right. So 2 band, you gonna keep going?
Yes, I am.
All right. And as you're going, by the way, what ends up happening is you hear a click on the ground. Okay. As you're walking. And with that click, nothing happens. And
Nothing happens, or they don't see what happens.
They don't see what happens, but you guys in the room see what happens. The pedestals where those gargoyles were, they end up shifting, but nothing happens.
Oh, so the trap to trigger the gargoyles was there. How lucky.
Maybe.
Okay,
So wait, they just move a little bit and that's it?
that's it.
Justina's gonna stare at that.
Then probably like when he hears the click, he freezes and he gets really, really nervous. And he's like, kind of whispers back, "Oh my God, what happened? You guys okay? Is everything okay?"
The pedestals just shifted a bit, don't worry. It probably would have triggered the gargoyles if we came in through that way.
Okay. 2 Man attempts to stick his hand back through the hole to give a thumbs up, and then realizes he's invisible, so nobody can see the thumbs up. And then he continues back down the path.
All right.
Okay, I'll be right back. Keep your head on a swivel, everybody.
Yep. And you're still going. There's a door.
Gently opening the door. Still invisible, so he's not so nervous.
Okay. You open the door slowly. It's another room very similar to where you just came through, except it's brighter. It's actually lit in this room. There's torches on the walls that you can see there. And it's a little bit different because this room seems like it's very clean. Like there's kind of like marble plating on the ground. Almost as if it's very fancy. Like walking in a castle or something. Same thing though. You see like little gargoyle statues, contact stone. It's almost the same replication of the previous room.
I think 2 Man assumes it's going to have the same kind of dangers that some kind of creature is ready to. The gargoyles or something else is gonna pop out as soon as we start exploring that room.
Okay.
So he heads back and says, "Got another chamber. It's a very well lit one. Got statues or gargoyles on the columns. there's no other paths forward, so if you guys want to come through slowly, that's good. That's fine.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're letting everybody know that. What's everybody gonna do? Going through?
If
You guys-
everyone
you
else
guys wanna go
wants
through?
to.
All right. Are you still going first, Two-Man?
Yes.
All right. Are you gonna go into the room?
Yeah. Two-Man is gonna go into the room.
All right. So you go
Maybe
into the room.
He stands by the door until people bump into him, and then he kind of whispers, "Okay, wait, I'll check it out."
All right. Yeah.
Since me and him are still invisible, we'll check around.
So
Leaving only the two casters as visible targets.
Mhm.
Woo.
Hey, then when they try to attack, we can ambush them. They think they're ambushing them, but we're ambushing them first.
yep. So
Perfect.
same thing. Everything's an exact replication. The only difference is, like I said, it's very clean in here. And you see, kind of like, there's a painting on the wall that you can see. And then there are drapes and banners along the room, indicating
Okay.
that it is kind of like, basically it's Thayan. You can tell because of the red banners all over the place. And the that portrait is to the north by one of the doors in this room.
Is it a portrait of somebody we recognize?
Okay, so let me see. Alright, so this is the portrait that shows up. And
Nope.
it says on there, High Regent, Saztam. And on there, there's also a quote. And let's see, what does the quote say? And it says on the quote,
To your babies.
arrogance serves you not at all in pursuing your objectives. Give in to petty human needs, and you will find yourself objects drifting out of reach of your enemies converging against you. Instead, gird yourself in secrecy, let your proxies act on your behalf, and keep them ignorant about whom they serve and what exactly you hope to achieve. So, if you want, you can roll for history.
I love history.
Roll that history. +3. Come on. I got 21. Holy crap.
Dude, I'm a +7 on it. Okay.
I got a 21 for history. Yay.
I mean, I'll roll, but there probably isn't a point.
So, Drac.
19.
Okay, that's interesting. So you read
Yeah,
you read
maybe I
somewhere
found
about the red wizards, but you know that a title of regent usually means ruler.
Oh.
So whoever you're looking at, this portrait or image in this very fancy room it shows the regent of Thay, or the leader of Thay.
Ah, the man that needs to be assassinated. Got it.
I feel like we've heard the name before. like maybe Valindra works for Zez or something like that, or something like that. I think when we were back in town.
Hmm. So yeah, your elf friend, he says, yes, this is the High Regent. The man that's probably conspiring against the countries. What he plans to do with his army, I do not know, but it is definitely not good. And it threatens everything within Toriel. So, Toriel is the world you're on, basically. So like any kind of person or ruler of a country or whatever, they always want to dominate and rule, right? And he's under the impression that this guy is conspiring against something. He doesn't know where or how, but obviously it's a means to gain power, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he's there to investigate.
This is kind of a good time to ask. Did we ever ask the elf about what he knew about the Neverwinter stuff that we had heard about before, like the undead army or something like that?
You can ask him.
Yeah, I mean, yes. You know, now that I've thought about it, what is his name again? I'm sorry, I don't have my notes. Wendell or something?
Let me see.
What was the elf's name?
I'm looking it up. Give me a moment. It is Lannis. No, not Lannis. Where is he? Okay, Kelson is his name.
So yeah, Tubin asked Kelson, like, do you guys know anything about, I don't know, an army, an undead army near Neverwinter? We were at the heart of the jungle, or heart of Cholt or something like that, and there was some reports that they're building up an army on the mainland.
He mentions Cholt with a question mark. You mean the jungle across the seas?
Yeah, that's where we were. We were there before we ended up in this dungeon. We were chasing after Valindra before, and ended up there. We chased her there, and somehow there was a teleporter in this floating island thing, and that teleporter brought us into this dungeon. Wait, are we back on the mainland? Is that where we are?
I believe that we are in Thay right now. But it is strange that you mentioned that you come from the jungles. That is so far away. Maybe this place leads all over Faerun.
Well, it seems reasonable. The Thayans, they appear to be everywhere. Everywhere we go, there are Thayans. So it makes sense that they had a network of teleporters and teleporting circles and things like that to kind of get their tendrils out there.
So, he mentions, yes, but you're right, there was a time when the undead assaulted Neverwinter a while back. This was like 30 years ago. This was when they released the Primordial upon Neverwinter, and heroes ended up stopping it. We don't know who was conspiring behind it, but we do believe that Valindra was one of those, which is why we're sent to investigate. But we didn't think that Thay would be behind it. That is what we're trying to figure out. So I could say that this is, it's kind of like dragging on with history, right? What's going on here. Almost like a battle that doesn't end, right?
Yeah.
Over the years.
I would be very comfortable confirming to Keldon that the Thayans were behind that attack before, or at least part of it.
Yes, the Primordial that was sealed under Gultengrim. I believe Megara the Inferno. That was put to end by Drizzt. Unfortunately, well, let's just say he was the only one that survived those encounters. But thanks to those heroes, though Neverwinter was saved. If you want to roll, you can roll for history as well. On that.
I got a nat 20.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so Drakthal, you must be a big fan, but you know who Drizzt is. Because he is a drow that's very famed across Faerun for being a hero and saving Faerun from not just one time, but multiple times from catastrophe. Let's put it that way. Yeah, so looks like maybe everybody knows based on your roles. You just know that he's a very famous hero, right? So you know that much. Yeah, and Kelson even says, yes, the heroes, they all came from Luskan. Up north when they came down. Drizzt and some of his friends ended up coming and stopping the Primordial near Neverwinter. A lot of people know of this history. And when Luskan is mentioned, if you want, Destina, you can roll for insight, if you want, with that one. And only she can. As crazy as that sounds.
Only me?
Only you.
I'm the special today?
Only
It's a special.
Darn it. Alright. $19.
It's pretty good.
Woo.
When Luskan is mentioned, the only person you know that has any resemblance or is from Luskan is Zarek.
You said with Zarek?
Yep. And he told you this long, long ago in Phandalin.
I'm gonna mention that to the group.
Okay.
Yeah, what the two-man kind of thinks about, like, he's never been to Luskan, but, you know, Luskan's kind of a famous city. Like, what does he kind of thinks about, like, what he knows about the city of Luskan?
Okay. Are you asking people?
No, I think he's just racking his brain, trying to see if he remembers reading about it, like what kind of city it is.
You can roll history again if you want.
Sorry. Just terrible. 9. Okay.
You don't really know
Oh,
too
yeah.
much about Luskin.
Two Men likes old things. Modern cities are not that interesting.
But,
Their architecture's disgusting.
Kelson knows, though, being a harper, and he says Luskin is the pirate port that is north of Neverwinter. Drow and ruffians like to hang out there, run by a lord. Supposedly used to be run by a lord named Jarlaxle. Who was a drow, apparently.
He was. He's pretty cool.
And
Sorry, man.
and he mentions it is unfortunate, but during the primordial attack, we think that Jarlaxle was killed. He traveled with Drizzt. So he thinks that, right? So he's not sure.
Right.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to ask or do?
Yeah.
Is it time to start kicking doors open?
Maybe. All right. So, which way you looking?
There's still all these gargoyles, and you know, they tend to keep coming alive and attacking us. So.
Okay. Yeah, you do see those gargoyles, but you're not entirely sure. If they're going to come alive or not, right? You could take a closer look at them if you'd like. And roll perception.
One sec, I'm having trouble adding a heart to Maria's comments in the chat.
Someone knows. You got good taste in that part of D&D, I guess.
We've just been reading the R.A. Salvatore books.
Basically. Entry's kind of my favorite character, so that works.
Okay. Alright, so what are you doing? Kicking the door down?
Not me.
Not I.
My foot is for kicking. Point to my foot and I will kick. Or something.
Points at his foot.
Alright, he kicks his own foot. Now point at a door and I'll kick the door.
Alright. Just gonna do the door in front of you.
Yeah, I guess everyone just keep an eye out, you know, in case the gargoyles start moving. We've been through this.
Don't
so
forget,
many
you're
times.
still invisible.
Oh, I am. Okay. Well, once I kick the door, that's pretty much an attack action, so that'll drop.
I'll stay
I'm not going to
invisible,
kick the
don't
door. I'm going to open it normally. Not be so violent.
Okay.
So I need to...
You see one of those teleporters. You can disable it.
Do we have one more stone? Is that right?
I believe you still have 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we might have 2.
Let's check all the options first. I'll open the door on the left.
Yeah,
While
we'll start
invisible.
opening the doors.
Okay.
Get an idea where we can go, where we're going to go. Oh, I have the
Another
sending.
trap door to the left. If you're checking there.
When you say trap, you just mean like an empty room that
Yeah.
doesn't do anything.
It's basically, you open the door and there's nothing there. It's just a wall.
When you say trapdoor, I imagine like a pillar of fire coming down too. It's more ominous than just.
Well, I
Right.
mean, in a way, it's a trap door because if someone had to run for their lives and all these doors are closed and you open one and it's just a wall, I think that's the worst thing you could ever experience.
You go inside, you close the door. Maybe the people chasing you will forget.
Unless it's a giant monster.
There
Okay.
is that.
Alright. You gonna check the other doors, or are you gonna... You said
Yeah.
teleport.
Yeah.
Check the other doors.
The one in the bottom right is definitely a trap door considering there's no pathway to the next room through it.
Yeah. North. Yeah.
Okay. And you're right. Looks like a lot of these are just dead doors, right? Now, you gonna open the last one, T-Ban?
Yeah. The last one on the eastern wall.
Alright. Roll for dexterity.
Who? Everyone or just?
Oh god, this would be like a pillar of fire or something to shoot out of there. I bet.
No. It's gonna be a pile of gold falling out of the ceiling. Don't worry.
Oh god, if it is, that's gonna be hilarious. It might be
12.
Derek's too while we're at it.
Okay. A 12?
Zarek's body just falls down on me. Oh, I found you. Hey.
You got all my gold?
Okay, when you open the door, a skeleton falls down and hits the ground in front of you.
Oh.
And there's another teleporter.
So Two-Man looks up to see where the skeleton came from. Like it's just like an
It-
opening in the ceiling.
You think when you opened the door, it was against the door, and then it just kind of fell through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any clothing? Any like? Is there like a Harper ring maybe on the skeleton? Something to
Yeah.
let me know who this person was.
So it's got rags on it. It's red ropes, like red robes, rags. There's nothing on them though. But whatever it is, it locked him in there. And there's another teleporter there. Wherever that goes.
That's odd. It's it's clearly a red wizard, based on the clothing, but it's been here for a long time. To be decomposed to a skeleton, or maybe it was one of those. I don't know. Why would he just stay in that room and not just turn around and walk through the teleporter?
Good question. Maybe he
Very
didn't get out.
strange.
Or maybe he died there. Who knows?
Yeah, he was fleeing something else and died in that room. Just been decomposing in that room for a while. Well,
I was just
Yeah.
trying to take a little uninterrupted nap.
nice long nap.
Okay.
Well, we got 2 teleporters, friends, and looks like we have 2 more stones we can use to try and disable them.
Use
I don't know.
wisely.
Yeah. Or we can split the party back up again, cover more ground that way.
Jump through the teleporter.
One at a time, everybody splits. No, we won't do that.
No
That
thanks.
seems foolhardy. So what do you guys think? Keep going north, or you want to take a turn to the
I
right?
believe we should keep heading north and left, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever your intuition tells you, I'm okay with that.
I think that red wizard dude told us that.
Edwin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. Then let's try that. Let's just double checking. We have 2 more stones. Is everyone sure about that?
Mm-hmm. Yes. 2 more stone.
Okay. So you want to go north then?
Left. We will use one on the northern path. Disable that teleporter.
All right. So you do that. You're still invisible, by the way. What do you want to do? You see a door now that you disabled it. And you're invisible as well, right, Dracthal?
Yep.
Okay. But the others are not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Still kind of concerned because like each of these 3 rooms has had like an attack in it, and I'm still like trying to figure out like should we just start smashing the gargoyles again? But
Let's not
there's
this
no
time.
need to
Let's
cause
actually
more
check.
drama.
Yeah, especially with someone dying over there.
Yeah. Like what if it was the wizard wasn't trapped in the room, it was trying to hide in the room after it got attacked, you know?
Who knows?
Questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So-
Are you ready to, Ben? We'll sneak up there like we did when we all split up. Sneak around.
You and me,
Yeah.
buddy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to stay in here, Magrea and Destina? Stay back a little bit. We're gonna check out the northern room. Is that okay?
Okay.
Sure.
So we just hear them and we don't see them, right?
Yeah.
Do
you
they have a
just-
sending
where's-
stone?
Yeah. The door. I have one sending stone.
Do we have another sending stone? Because I don't think I have one. Destina, do you have one?
I think it was me and Dracthal. actually,
Yeah.
because Dracthal was the one that tended to run off by himself. So Tuban will hand the stone over to Magrea. Do you want the stone?
Okay.
Or Destina, do you want the stone?
For now, I don't want to keep it forever. I'm giving it back to you after this.
Okay.
Okay. So Dracthal and
in
Magrea
case
have
you
one.
need it.
So we remove it from my inventory for now.
Okay. All right.
All right.
You gonna open the door,
I'm ready.
and
Open sesame.
do you just open it right away, or what do you do? How do you do it?
We do it slowly.
Okay.
Very gently.
And when you do it very slowly and you open this door, you see cages inside
Oh,
the room.
Great. Wonderful.
And in those cages, you see different kind of specimens.
That's a good word. Specimens.
Mm-hmm. And the first specimen you see when you open up the door, because you're invisible, obviously it doesn't notice you, is an ugly looking thingy. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see.
Such technical terminology. Perfect.
Thingy.
Damn,
You've
that's
seen one before, actually, T-Ben.
Ah. Is it a troll?
It's one of these things.
Ah.
What are what things?
Carrion
I don't see
crawler.
it.
Carrion crawler. Yep. So
Oh, okay, I see it.
you've seen these things before when you were in Ruckhammer, or by the mines, the Wormling mines, where you fought Cinderlore, right? You've seen a few of these things.
We had a friend get eaten by one.
Oh,
Or a companion, some kind of dwarven companion of ours got eaten by one, I think. Something like that happened.
And not just that, you also see another, a different kind of specimen over to the right as well. And you've seen those things before too. It's those crab-looking things that you saw in the caves where you found that emerald dragon. So a lot of these things you've seen on Chult before.
These wizards are doing experiments on creatures, on living things, not just. I mean, we knew that they're freaky, but they're doing experiments on living things as well as undead things.
Mm-hmm. And then you can also see another creature. You see some kind of spider in the room, and then you see. You actually know what this is because you're a dwarf, and dwarfs are very, very familiar with these creatures. They're called egghens. So let me see if I can find it.
Ooh, it's something I can craft armor out of.
How did you know? See, you know this stuff.
I played the same
You
games
study.
you did, man.
Yeah. It's
End up with an inventory with like 50 of those shells, and he's like, "This armor is not actually good." But
one of those ugly bugs, egghens. But you are familiar with egghen chitin, and it's very durable, and it's used to craft plate mill. If you had
extra light.
if you had some, right? And it is extra light, so it's basically you're familiar with the kind of plate mill you can craft out of it. It's light, so you don't get the dexterity restrictions, right, as plate mill, but you get the benefits of plate mill, which is nice.
Fortunately, we're not on a shopping spree at the moment. We're going through a dungeon.
And you also know that druids can wear that armor because it doesn't restrict them to their, like, druidic ways, because it's
sure.
animal.
It's natural, sort of, yeah.
Right.
It's not metal.
Okay.
Yeah. So Two-Man thinks to himself, I wonder how Destina would look wearing a giant insect shell.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
really funny.
So sexy, I'm sure.
It's green or brown. I don't know. It's green in Baldur's Gate. I don't know if they're green in real life.
Probably brown.
Yep.
I don't mind a brown, but I don't know about the
All right. Are you guys going to go in further? Apparently these animals, or these monstrosities, or whatever they are, these beasts, they are not reacting to you.
Yeah, that was my next question. Are they struggling against the cage? Do they look like they're sleeping? Or
Oh,
they
because you
just,
guys are
like,
invisible.
Yeah. Kind of. Are they like banging against the cages and stuff, trying to escape? Or
Now-
do they just look like they're...
You do hear something banging against the cage to the north, but you have to go in a little further to see.
Don't worry, it's not bad touch. I just need to know that you're still here.
Yep. I say since we're invisible, why not go further?
Yeah, just be very quiet.
Okay. Are
Want me
you
to do that more stealthy?
are you going to the left, or are you going straight north, or how are you going into the room?
I'm gonna go towards the sound of banging.
Yeah, I think straight north, I guess, is our plan. I mean, we're invisible,
Right.
and maybe, yeah.
You go forward a little bit,
Though?
and you do see something. And this is what you see. You see something mechanical sitting on something that's made out of metal, almost like a golem. You're not entirely sure what kind of golem it is. And then you also see some kind of undead thing reading a giant book. And there's this little creature to the left of the cage. It's jumping up and down, and it wants to go after that that thing for some reason. You don't know what it is. You'd have to get a little closer to take a look at what the creature is. But you can see that there is this undead, it looks like a red wizard with a red wizard corpse underneath it. Almost like as if it's out of its body, reading the book. As you can see in the picture.
This looks kind of like the way, what's his face, Kelson looked when we first found him. Like that, like that.
It actually looks way different. Almost as if it's not like the spirit spectate coming out of the body. It looks like it's I don't want to say natural, but it's kind of like it's definitely undead. It's on purpose, right. Yes.
Yeah, it's not like he was forced out of his body. It's different. It's not like he's in pain. He's just chilling. That's just how he is.
Yeah, these are magics that brought him to be undead the way that he is, right? That's what you can see there. So that's what it looks like. Okay.
But we can see so looking at the map, it's the cage to the left that we can kind of see a little creature kind of ramming against the cage trying to get out.
Yeah, so that little creature, it's definitely acting, it's fussing around for sure. Let me see if I can get a picture of it for you.
Gotta be careful. Golems you never know what golems can see and do. It's always sketchy.
They're really hard to kill.
That's the little creature that you see.
And
if you want, you can roll nature. You want to try to figure it out.
total.
Okay, so you are familiar with these things, and they're nuisances because it is a rust monster.
Ew.
And they love to eat metal. And they will destroy your armor, and they will destroy your weapons very quickly. Especially if they're non-magical.
Yeah,
and you think, and you see it's jumping up and down in the cage, and it's looking at that giant golem, like a snack, basically.
But it can't eat through the cage. Yeah, is it like it's like a dog inside of a cage, it's chewing on the bars, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so the way the cage is made, it is made out of some kind of magic. You can tell by the way it looks. As if it's being powered by something within the room. You're not sure where. There's some kind of conduit that's keeping the cages sealed. Okay. And let me see here. And apparently the thing that is reading, if you've ever seen like a scientist or someone in research that's studying, it's studying very rigorously. He is talking to himself. He's like, yes, so this is how it works. Okay. You know, he's basically consuming knowledge at this point. And you think that this entire room is used for experimentation? You get the idea with the creatures that are in it?
Do we want to back up out of the room then? No.
Up to you. You're invisible.
Do we lose Murloc?
Sorry, I have my mic off. I was thinking about trying to sneak over to that cage and releasing the creature to have it eat the golem.
Yeah. I was really hoping that there'd be a giant switch somewhere on the wall, like a giant lever that we could pull, and then all the cages open up and the Red Wizard gets a nice surprise.
Okay.
That's cute.
I don't know. Is there maybe a lever somewhere in this room, or a giant switch or a panel of some sort?
Okay, so you can roll for Arcana then.
All right.
I rolled a 5.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Maybe Two Man's looking for like lines or something, like lines of energy along the ground that show where the magical force from these cages comes from.
Okay, so you do notice something, right? So to the east, where it has that letter, where the letter H is, there is a pillar in there with this kind of like energy that's flowing through it. So you can see it to the right side of the room. You see that.
Tuban. Okay, so this is gonna be weird. So Tuban and Dracthor are next to each other, and Tuban's like, okay, he puts his hands up and he's like touching Dracthor, and he's trying to find his ear so he can whisper into his ear. But they're both invisible, so
Okay.
Dracthor just feels two hands kind of like feeling around his chest and his face until
Hey,
until
he'll just grab your hand and lean down and whisper, "Hey, what do you want?"
right. Quiet. We don't want to get noticed. I think the pillar. I think the room on the east side. I think that's got the controls for these cages. You want to try and sneak over there? I'll keep an eye. I'll stay here and keep an eye on them.
Okay.
All right.
And if you want, you can roll perception as well while you're doing that.
I rolled a nat 20. What the fuck?
No, I rolled a 5.
Okay, so Drakthal notices this, but this golem has this stone, this red stone in it, and that stone is glowing, and the corpse that's underneath that entity that's studying, right? There's an amulet around its neck that has a red stone as well that's glowing to it.
They must be soulbound.
Who knows?
Very interesting. Tuban doesn't know this. I don't know if Dracthal maybe gets distracted by it and decides to go for
Alright,
it.
so Tuban,
I see it.
you're going over here, right?
No.
Tuban's
I
standing
was.
still. Yeah.
I was gonna go over there. Two bands would
Oh, okay.
stay where we were to keep watch.
Alright. So, what are you going to do? You come over to this this cage. Obviously, there's a bunch of energy around these other cages with these other creatures in it, right? But with this particular cage, there isn't. It's only the conduit that's inside of it. However, it is locked, though.
Is the lock able to be picked?
You can try.
All right. Sleight of hand check.
Alright. Roll away.
15.
15. Alright, you just got it.
Nice.
Okay. So the door opens. That guy, or that undead thing, does not notice.
All right, how do I turn off this beacon of power?
Okay, good question. Can roll Arcana.
All right, Arcana. I got 21.
Okay. So, there's 3 sockets inside this this staff, or this pillar. And you think that one of the sockets, if you were to take the socket out of the rune, it might disable it in some kind of way, but you're not exactly sure how.
So I have an idea which one it is?
Nope.
Oh, no? Oh, okay. So I just know that if I did bring one out, it could do something.
Could do something, yeah. You know that if you take anything out, it'll disable something, but you don't know what it's going to do. There's one on the left, in the center, and on the right.
Is there any way I can get an idea which one to take?
Okay. Let me see. Nope.
So I have absolutely no idea.
You think...
I'll take out... Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there is one thing. You think that you could... one of these things looks like actually one of the glyph keys that you could use to open up one of the teleporters that's in it. But that's one of the 3, right? And so that would be the center one that you see there. So you believe that that is used to as a key that you could use. It might not necessarily disable the others, so you're stuck between the one on the left or the right.
One on the left or the one on the right? I'll try the one on the left.
Okay. You're gonna take it out?
Sure, why not? Woo!
Okay. So you take it out, and when you take it out, the cages, they stop lighting up with this like aura, and the beasts within, they start getting startled a little bit, and they start running around in circles back and forth. Now, this little guy starts chewing at the cage. That little rust monster, and it's eating the metal bars of the cage now.
I'm immediately gonna go over to Tuban while this is going on and tap it, touch him somehow, like on his shoulder or whatever, and be like, "Let's get out of here and let them take care of this."
And you notice that this this undead creature notices that the power shut down on the cages. The cages are not opening though, right? But he notices it and he's looking around now, but he doesn't see you.
Tuban agrees with Dractyl and tries to quietly sneak back south.
Okay.
If possible.
All right. Go ahead and roll for stealth then, as you're doing it quickly.
Well, do we get advantage because he doesn't see us?
Sure, why not?
All right, so 12 and 20, dirty 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's okay, I got a flat 1.
All right, with advantage.
Well, I mean, I got disadvantage because of the armor, and so I got just a regular roll.
Okay.
Ah.
A 2 total. How's that?
All right. You trip when you do that. And Drakthal, he runs out pretty easily. When you trip, this thing actually kind of like hears you, and it starts to move around the room a little bit. Like, where did that sound come from? But as that happens, this little rust monster bounces out of the cage and it jumps on this golem. And it starts trying to eat the golem.
Oh no.
So
Now
the
going to
carrion
punching
caller
it.
notices me, right? The carrion caller starts like thrashing because it heard the noises.
Oh yeah, I definitely heard something, and it's thrashing against the side here, but it can't get out of the cage. It's not like the rest monster that can eat the metal. And that thing in the top right, it's kind of like smashing against the cage where it's wobbling back and forth at the moment. And that thing that you see, it's an umbral hawk. A lot of these creatures are very familiar with. But it's still not trying, it can't get out yet, basically. Alright, so, Two-Man, what are you doing? You gonna get up and try to run out?
Two-Man is slightly panicked a little bit. Maybe like... Because the carrion crawler's little wiggly things is shooting out. The little wiggly tendrils from its mouth are like coming out of the cage and stuff, and he's like crawling on his back towards the door. But he's watching. But he really wants to watch to see what the rust monster is doing.
What you notice is obviously it's attacking the golem, right? And the bottom part of the golem starts rusting up. It starts turning like brown and decayed. And the creature is casting a spell right now at this rust monster. Okay.
The red wizard spirit dude.
Yep.
He keeps moving towards the door, but he's watching what's happening.
Okay. So let's see here. Alright, so this thing is trying to touch the rust monster right now.
Bad touch.
Okay. And the rust monster gets zapped by this thing. But it doesn't die. Okay. And so, what are you going to do now? You still going to watch? I'm guessing you're still watching to see what happens? Alright. Rust monster goes in again. And you notice that this golem, and it's kind of fascinating to you, Two-Man, that a golem of some kind that you're watching, normally golems are built so refined and they're very tanky and tough. This golem literally collapses within seconds because this monster is eating on it. And so, literally, the golem's destroyed. And this undead creature is angry right now, and it's trying to attack it again. This little rust monster. Rust monsters are nasty, by the way. All right, and it touches the rust monster and it disintegrates.
Nice.
It, like, literally disintegrates, which is a very powerful spell. You're very familiar with that. Okay. And so now this thing, it's upset, and it's kind of like cursing right now. Like, it's basically like, what happened? Why did my conduit stop? And so it goes over to the cage, and it notices that the socket's out. And it puts the socket back in, basically. And so now the cages power up again, except that Golem is destroyed. And this guy is now, you see him casting another spell. Okay.
Probably gonna be like a detection spell. Just trying to figure out what happened.
And you see him, you see this wave of energy go underneath him, and it teleports away. So that's what you see. Okay. So you practically made this thing go away, secured the room so that these other things don't get out, and that golem's destroyed now. I would say that was the right move, by the way.
See, this is when my out of character. This is when my Dungeons and Dragon brain says this is all bait. I just like feel like he's just trying to make us. He's trying to lull us into a sense of false security.
That's right. You got to fight in every single room I put you in.
Yeah, that's what dungeons are for, right? It's either a dungeon or a dragon or both.
All right.
It's
So
in the name.
now, even though this thing teleported away, it left the book there, even though you don't see the book there.
This was a giant, like, person-sized book, right?
Yeah, that's right. Kind of like as you saw in that picture.
Yeah, Tuben's getting kind of excited. He's like, "Can I fit that in the bag?"
Okay. Who knows?
But yeah, maybe Tuben reports all. I don't know. Were Magrea and Destina like watching through the corridor, or were they just hiding on the other side of the wall the whole time?
No.
We're playing potty pigs.
What did you guys see? Because I think me and Dracthal are back in the room, still invisible.
We were taking our short rest.
We were just hanging out, letting you guys do all the work for once.
Playing cat's cradles or patty cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, for once.
Taking a short rest.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that that thing could not see you. I don't know why it didn't have the ability. Okay.
Surprised me a little bit too, honestly. I was like, oh god. there's no
I was
ledge
expecting
or
True Sight
something.
activated.
No, that's what I thought he was casting. I thought he was going to True Sight or detect magic or something, and we would be found.
All right. So, whatever that undead thing is, it left, and you notice that the corpse is not there either when it left. It's like the corpse went with it. The golem is rusted up and destroyed, and you see a pile of dust where that rust monster was. Alright, so what are you going to do now?
Alright, shall we send you guys in to do everything now?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Magrea, there's a really giant book in there. It's a person-sized book. You want to check it out?
Like, what are the loan rolls?
The loan rules, like in the library.
Yeah. If we're gonna check it out.
This is what I think one of these. This is one of those places where if we find it, we keep it. We take it with us if we can. Although it's kind of big, so I don't know if we can. Like, we gotta carry it around the whole time. But there was okay. I'm sorry that we.
This
gave
is
you the
cumbersome.
sending stones, and yeah, we didn't say anything over the sending stones, but so that room was like an experiment room, and there's lots of creatures in there, and there was a red wizard spirit-looking dude who was reading the book and really excited about the book, and then we kind of confused him a little bit by deactivating the cages for a sec, and then he got mad and teleported away. Basically. But he left the book there.
Do you think he's coming back?
My concern is he's gonna go find help because it's strange that the cages would deactivate. Draco was very sneaky. I don't think he noticed us, but it's not usually magical cages and security systems don't just turn off on their own. And we have been killing a lot of the wizards all over the
They
place.
can just turn off on their own.
They can, yeah. But we've been beating up some of the other red wizards and doing all kinds of shenanigans in here.
Yeah, and Drekthal, you think that if you take that rune out, that is another one of those little rune keys that you can use to disable the teleporters, it might turn the conduit off. So that's... and if you turn the conduit off, what do you think might happen? Right. So
They won't be able to teleport in here?
Not that. It might disable the cages, right? With all these things in them. Okay. So there's that caveat, right? If you try to go for that. So that's what you think, based off of what you took out, because you took out the one on the left. And the one on the left, it disabled the arcana magic that's around it, but you think maybe the one on the right might open the cages. Okay. That's what you kind of think out of it.
But there's a giant book.
There is. Are you guys going to go back
I
in?
like books.
Did it look like there was a exit out the other side of it, or?
Well, we should probably go back in there too, then go check.
Okay.
Since we're cool.
Are you going to do that?
Okay. Are you guys okay waiting for a couple more minutes? We're gonna go look around the room a little bit more now that the guy is teleported away.
Okay. All right. So,
More
Is that okay?
criminal.
so you guys go back in, right? All right.
I
These.
didn't hear what Destina said. What was that? What was that, Destina?
I said, Madre and I will play more Catch Cradle.
Oh, okay.
Take a short rest. Do we have can we get get some HP?
Yeah. Since you've been sitting there, I'll let you roll dice for a short rest. So that's fine.
Oh, that works.
Cool.
Yeah. Since you guys are not engaging in combat.
And also to heal the guy. Also to heal the elf warrior.
Yeah.
Yep.
We could use it.
That works for me.
Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, so when you go back into the room, obviously you don't see the guy, right? And the creatures are stuck in the cages. Now, if you want to try to get that Aiken Chitin, unfortunately you would have to disable the cage, though. And I don't know if your friends would like that. That's the problem.
the egg keg, like it's not so bad on its own. It's the fact that there's spiders and an Umber Hulk and all kinds of other stuff too that is concerning. If I figure out how to open one cage at a time, it wouldn't be so bad, I think. But like the idea of having all 6 or 7 of them just like go crazy is.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Well, okay. I do have an idea now. What if we let them fight each other? Just open the cages, open the cages, and let the monsters against each other. Does that work, Dracul?
I guess so.
Is that greedy? Is that going to get us in trouble?
Probably.
It'd be fun to, you know, what is life without a little bit of treasure hunting? Yeah?
That's true.
Okay.
Okay.
What if we try to put that socket? Oh, well, it would be hard to get the creature again then if the magic's protecting the cage again.
So, are you actually going to try to do that?
Kind of want to check out the book first.
Yeah.
I think.
We should
Okay.
check out the book first.
Oh no, look for exits. Sorry, that I almost got distracted again.
Okay.
We were trying to see if there were exits from the room.
So, there's 2 doors to the left, and then there's 1 door to the right that you see.
Is there just gonna be more trapdoors?
In the book that you see on there, it looks like some kind of book of necromancy. And within it, it has to deal with dragons, is that you see. Something with dragons and necromancy. What is your intelligence? If you want to roll for intelligence.
Yeah, all roads point back towards. I can't remember what it was called. The dragon spirit or dragon something. Dragon something that you told us a while back. Dragon fight, not dragon fight.
Dragon sight.
Dragon sight. There's the term. Thank you. 16 intelligence. Continue.
Okay. So you think that this is a book that might be used for a very powerful ritual that involves dragons and enslaving them as Draco liches. And it requires a lot of sacrifices of things.
Now I really want to steal the book.
That's one big ass book, though.
Yeah. Is it floating in the air or is it sitting on a stand?
It's sitting on a rock stand.
Like a giant stand, too, huh?
Mm-hmm. And when you look at the book, you think it's a bit odd. You might think it might be enlarged.
So instead of getting glasses, the mage made the book bigger instead.
Maybe.
Got it. Is the book wider than 2 feet in diameter? Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. That's
Yep.
that doesn't work.
Are you going to take a little bit of time to study it?
I am not.
Okay.
Let me see my spells. Real quick. Do I have a dispel?
And what about the elves? What are the elves doing?
We're taking a short rest.
Okay.
We're having a grand old time.
Yep.
Having tea.
Yep, getting to know our buddy Harper
Oh, the other elf
guy.
You guys
Mhm.
talked to-
We're just having an elf party.
Is that like a pajama party with elves?
Yeah, you have to have ears
Or you're not
or
included.
yeah.
Wow. I knew you pointy ears were messed up.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we're just chilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we radio or not radio? Should I use the
Walkie-talkie?
sending stone? Yeah. To check on our buddies. Hey, Jackthal, how's everything going in there?
Drakthaw's muted.
Oh, sorry.
Jackthal, dang it!
I think it's going well.
How much longer do you have left of the invisibility spell?
Probably another 55 minutes.
Wow, that long? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lasts up to an hour.
What can you see?
A big book.
That's it? No other doors
book.
or
We see you see a door to the left. There's also another door on the left and a door to the right. I can't tell if there's anything up north though because RuFF show us.
There's
that's
nothing
weird.
to the north.
Nothing to the north? Oh, okay. So yeah, actually, there's 3 doors.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try the top left door.
You gonna go check it out?
Sure, why not?
All right. You gonna open it up?
Open, says me. Oh. Yeah, sure.
You saw nothing.
I saw plenty. It was a big arena. I even
Okay.
saw gold.
All right. You see a teleporter.
Ah. Let's try
Another
the bottom left.
teleporter.
Okay. You gonna try the bottom one?
I think it's
Mm-hmm.
When you open the door, it leads down to stairs, and then there's another door.
I will open that second door.
Okay. Not even holding back. Just opens it up. And in this room, it's rather warm inside of it. And it feels like things are very...
A lot of people.
And you see a bunch of eggs everywhere.
That's not good.
And the eggs are all over the place. They're like different shapes and sizes. Almost as if it's a room where they would store different kinds of creatures. And possibly use this room for incubation.
For eggs?
Eggs.
Wonderful. Close the door then,
Okay, you close the door.
and leave, and then close the other door behind it.
Okay.
I've seen too many movies to know it's not a good idea.
Alright.
I will now go report that there is a room full of eggs and another door on the other side, and see if they want to burn everything to the ground in there.
I'm with you on going into the ground. No, I've seen aliens too many times.
Okay. Alright. What are you doing, Two-Man? Drakthaw's reporting in.
Two-Man is absorbed in the book. He's like looking at the book, and he's invisible. He can't. Oh, no. I was imagining him like looking at the bag, trying to get it over the corner of the book, and like, come on, get in there, come on.
Yeah. The more...
I'm out of slots. So what I really wanted to do, this is out of care, I wanted to try and dispel magic it, I guess. See if I could shrink the book back down to normal size somehow.
You can try.
I
See what happens.
I don't have enlarge, and I don't have enlarge. No, I'm out of spell slots, so I can't dispel magic. So Two-Man is just kind of staring at the book, and maybe you know what? Fuck it. He's gonna drag the book back into the room with Magrea and.
Okay. You can do that. I guess you're dragging it then.
I am dragging it.
Alright. So you drag it all the way back. Alright.
Yes. Totally not suspicious to be animals in the room.
They're running back and forth in the cages, but they can't do anything. Right?
Excellent.
So,
It's okay, animals.
yeah. Okay, so you pull this giant book into the hallway of this, I guess this corridor, right? So what are you going to do with the book? Are you just still studying it and trying to show everybody?
Yeah, it's like Too bad. So this book just kind of like by itself like drags itself into the room because I'm still invisible, I guess, and then Two Man's like, "Great, check this out. It's a book about, I think it's about dragons and necromancy and dragon liches and stuff."
Okay. So, Magrea, you can roll insight.
Okie doke. Can I?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Interrupting your.
Okay, well, I got
rest.
21.
Okay. So, there was a book that you found in the heart of Abtuel that involved dragons. It's very similar, except this has more information in it about the dragon site, right? So what they do is, you can see that the way the spell is used for the Draco Liches, that's how they can basically raise them from the dead and trap their souls within a phylactery. And so you can see the way that it's being produced through this book. It's very dark magics. And you also see that it brings up the usage of an ancient dragon. By utilizing an ancient dragon in the dragon site, you can set off a chain reaction with the magic throughout all of Faerun, is what you're noticing in this book. And if that were to happen, it'd be very dangerous. Basically, what they were saying about turning all the dragons in the Faerun into Draco Liches under the control of Thay, it's true what they were saying, because you see it in this book. It's basically like mass dragon genocide.
Aw.
Yeah. Is the ritual itself in this book, or is it just describing the?
It's describing the process and what the process is necessary for it. And that book of yours is lighting up right now. That still tomb.
Interesting.
Are you going to open it up?
Should I? What do you guys think?
Two Man's excited.
Should I open it?
Yes.
Should we open it? Okay.
What?
Okay, fine. Okay, do I need to also run a roll insight for this?
Nope. It's just in the book. And are you opening it?
Sure, we'll open it cautiously, kind of.
And when you open it, it says in there in words, because there's new words in the book now. And it says, "My apprentice wants his things back." And then the words fade away.
Who's the apprentice?
Apparently the undead thing. So who is the not apprentice?
Do you want a new apprentice? I'm just kidding.
I knew it.
Okay.
You guys have all the cool things.
You're lying to me. You've had mangoes before.
All right. What are you gonna do now? And your Kelson there, he's looking at this and he's basically like, "Ah, this is just pure evil." You could tell that by the way Kelson reacts is that he's more of a good guy, right?
How boring.
I mean, yeah, he's a Harper. They're goody two shoes, generally speaking.
You know that your partner over here is goody shoes over here, kind of, mostly.
Okay.
Except for that time when she killed many. But anyway. So it looks like this book isn't going to be useful to us, unfortunately.
Can't really take it with you.
No, not really. I don't think I have any spells that would shrink it or anything.
But you think that with what you've been finding recently, especially with that book, maybe you're getting close to your source. All right. So where are they off to? You're going through the egg room. You're going to disable that teleporter. You're going to try to release those creatures. What you going to do?
I mean, there's a chance that if we go through the eggs, we don't have to use a stone.
Wait, did you guys check the room on the right? Or you
Well,
just
we were purposely going north and left.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't want to bother looking at the right just in case. Because I'm betting it's probably going to be another teleporter.
Rooms filled with eggs is definitely kind of scary.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying if we had a flamethrower, just going.
What is this, Alien?
Everything's dead.
Not D&D?
Yeah.
I mean, we have Magrea, and we have.
Yeah, I do know a
Festina.
couple of fire.
They both do lots of fiery
Spells.
things. They're hot. Like a hot tub.
I got like fire bolt, but that's it.
Pretty fiery.
Ignis.
Alright.
You destroyed one egg. There are 10,000 more. Good job.
You go in the way of the eggs.
Open the door, shoot some fire, and then close the door again. And then open the door, shoot the fire, and close the door. Do that about 100 times.
That sounds familiar. Let me open the door. Alright, it's a lever. Throw it at the barbarian.
I mean, I could move bonfire around slowly and kill them, but that'll take a minute.
Now we could just like, I mean, this is awful, but we could just kill the monsters inside the cages one by one without opening the cages.
No. Justina would
I mean,
not
they would
allow
just
this.
reanimate them anyways, right? So we probably should just disintegrate them somehow.
I want to collect their parts though.
Mm.
No,
And make things.
no,
out
we're
of their
not. We're not
parts.
disintegrating animals.
They're not.
How about
animals,
releasing
They're all. I mean, they're sort of like animals. They're monstrosities or aberrations, that kind of thing. It's okay. You druids hate
not
these
okay.
kinds of things usually.
We have to make sure they can't be brought back though. Yeah.
I guess
So
the
maybe we
spiders-
disintegrate them after you harvest the usable things.
You do that.
What are we releasing?
Okay. So what are you gonna
You
do?
can stay out here, Destina.
I did kind of want to make the Ankeg Ankeg plate. That does sound fun. I mean, it's not a thing we can do while I'm in the dungeon, but it does sound like a thing that Tunad might enjoy doing.
And it would fit in your bag of holding now.
Yeah, the plates would fit in the bag of holding.
Okay. Alright, what are you going to do then? You going to disable the cages? You going to try to attack the cage, or...
I shoot a frost beam through the holes, like through the crates. Just shoot the Ankeg while it's in the cage.
Okay. So you decide to try to shoot it with a beam... Frost ray, right?
Ray of frost. Yeah,
Okay.
ray of frost.
When you do that, the energy in the cage, it blocks it.
Fuck.
Mm.
I'm not invisible anymore, by the way.
And you think you've seen this before with the cage. Once when you were fighting the worm collar, which was back when Cinderlord turned into a Draco Lich long ago.
Oh yeah.
It did it did this thing that was like a force cage, right?
Yeah, the chick in the purple robes.
Yep.
Put a cage around us. Okay. Yeah.
So it looks like it's that kind of magic that is being. Now, Drakthal turned it off once, right? So he knows how to do that. But then you don't know how these other beasts will react once that magic is turned off.
Yeah. And once they see, I mean, now they all see me. I mean, now that they all see me, how do they react?
Mm-hmm.
They all freaking out.
All right. Oh yeah, they're walking back and forth along the cage, but they don't touch the cage because they know that if they touch it, it doesn't feel very good. You want that egg hen.
Yeah, I really do. Well, one last question. What's the monster in the far top right, on the to the right of the Umber Hulk?
It's the same as the other one. Let me take a look here.
Same as the one on the bottom right. The crab thing.
Okay, so these are. Let me see. I need to make sure I'm saying the right. Where is it? Okay, so go ahead and roll nature then. You ran into these things before, but you didn't know what they were called last time.
I still don't. I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Oh well.
It's this thing though. I'll try to link it to you. You've seen him before, or fought him before. All these creatures are chitinous or bug-like, you notice. In some kind of way.
Bugs.
You know, if we had Zarek here, I bet we could probably take them all, but
One of these things. All right.
I'm just a wee tad worried that the numbers are not in our favor.
yeah, yeah, I know. Too bad wants that armor bad.
Come on, too bad.
It would be nice.
Nah.
All right. What are you
But if
guys
the
gonna
druid
do?
herself is not excited about it, so then we can move on from this room.
All right.
Maybe we should burn the book? I don't know, man. I don't like the idea of just
Ooh.
leaving this very powerful book just laying around.
That could be fun.
Powerful,
Okay. You're gonna burn
very
a book.
powerful, very evil book.
How are you gonna do it?
I will light a match.
You light a match.
I don't know.
So magical.
Yep.
I have
Burn the book.
I have a tinderbox.
Okay.
I roll to attack with the tinderbox.
It's too easy, right? You know how to light a match and everything, and you toss it on the
Lighting
book,
a fire takes. Yeah.
and it lights a flame.
Oh shit. I didn't exactly
It's very
expect
sad,
it.
but
I wish I could take it with me, but I don't. If we can't take it with us, I'm not leaving it behind for these wizards. It's just
Alright.
not.
Yes, destroy the book.
Okay.
I feel terrible.
The book's destroyed.
No more Draco Liches.
Did I make a
Damn
mistake?
literacy.
I may have made a mistake, but that's life sometimes.
All right. Where are you going? Eggs or teleporter?
yes.
All right. So the ladies will go through the teleporter, and the guys will jump in the egg room and just start randomly breaking things. Is that our plan?
I'm gonna smash the eggs like Link smashes pots.
Kind of like. No.
Gonna find some rubies?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some
All right.
rupee internal.
Drac, are you still invisible?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, friend. Do you want to try and see what's on the other side of the room? Just be very quiet and careful.
All right, fine. I'll stealth through it.
All right.
All right.
I'm
My turn
going
for
in.
short rest.
So Drakthal's
Alright,
going in.
cake.
Yep.
It's kind of nice and warm in the room. You don't notice any of the eggs like trying to sprout, if that's what you're concerned about, and pop out. Let's put it that way. Now, when you are you walking through the room? Or are you flying, or how are you doing it?
I'm flying over.
Okay. Yeah, you just don't notice really anything as you're going through there.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna try to open the door stealthily.
Now, if you want, you can roll intelligence, or on a nature
My
check.
intelligence is, or nature. Well, I just got a nat 20. Okay, I'm just done today, I guess.
You got a nat 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like the third one today.
Because you needed a 20. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you're looking at the eggs for nature, right? You actually identify that some of these eggs are like wyvern eggs, basilisk eggs,
That's not good.
hook horrors, things like that. They're basically like
Monstrosity
monstrosity eggs in here. Different kinds.
All right, let's open the door on the other side.
Okay. So you go over to open the door. And when you open the door, you see a hallway turn.
All right, let's go into the hallway.
All right. You go over here. and
Let's see.
teleporter.
Oh, great. All right, I'm just gonna fly back over to the others.
Okay. All right. Now what are you gonna do?
All right, guys, guess what? It's kind of funny. It seems to be another teleporter over there.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So I say we go through the top left instead of
Okey-doke.
going this way.
Let's
Also,
let's
all
do
those
it.
eggs are monstrosity eggs.
Ugh.
Okay.
Cool.
So
It's
y'all
pretty
are
much the worst
going.
thing you
Inside
could
of
ever
my-
imagine in there.
Y'all are going
Hey,
north
hey,
then.
Archibald, if I gave you my bag, can you put one of the eggs inside the bag?
Do you seriously want to risk something hatching in your bag?
Well, there's no air in the bag, so it'll suffocate. And it'll just be like a. Okay, that's a little messed up. I'm sorry, that's too much. Okay, let's move on. That's too.
Yeah, the Cedar's giving you a look for that one.
They're monstrosities.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
thought you-
put
I
a
thought you
monstrosity
treat
that
others
could
hate
die
monstrosities.
in your bag.
The whole thing.
Look.
Okay.
Morally, I'm gonna say no because it hasn't tried to kill me yet, and it's an egg, so no.
Yeah,
No.
that's fair. Okay. We'll go through the other door.
Okay.
Onwards.
You gonna
Onward.
use the teleport stone?
Yes.
All right.
Onward to victory!
So you use it.
I mean, we do know where to get 2 more stones if we really, really need them, right? That's the thing. We can go back to the pillar.
Yep.
So, if we really need more teleporting stones, we can go back to the experiment room. Ugh.
Okay.
I always feel weird when you go through a dungeon and you leave stuff behind you. There's always that bad feeling that, like, you know, I think forward is the only way. So
So
let's do it.
who's opening the door? How you gonna do it? Are you guys gonna hang back while you're still invisible, or what are you gonna do?
Do you mind if I open the door? I'm fully visible, but I'd rather.
Go ahead. You can open it if you want. I can open it if you want.
Okay.
Let's send Dracula. He's invisible. He's got a sending stone. He can fly. Seems like the best scout.
All right.
Alright.
Is that fair to you too, Magrea and Destina?
Are the others hanging back, or how you doing it?
They'll hang back.
A little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you open the door, and let's see what you see. All right. So
More eggs.
you do see that there is some kind of blood on the floor when you open the door. And you see a skeletal corpse on the ground actually crawling around with its hands.
Wonderful.
You also see some kind of undead red wizard chopping at, it looks to be bacon. So like
Oh.
pigs, basically. You don't know what they're doing with the pigs, but... And you can see other undead entities in there. And when they're doing it, you notice that these undead, they have like a consciousness, right? They're not like summoned undead where they're just a servant, right? For your control. They have, it's almost as if they have their own mind. They're working in here and they're chopping up basically all these piglets and pigs. Obviously these are cultists, right? So what are they doing with it? You're not entirely sure.
They're making lunch.
And you see a big
Bacon, bacon.
monstrosity looking thing in the corner up here that's being fed leftovers, it looks like, from one of these skeletons. But this monstrosity, it's chained to the ground. So you notice that there's chains around its feet, like it's shackled. But yeah, that's what you see right now. They don't notice you because you're invisible, but the others are a little close in that room. So I don't know if you guys wanted to scoot back or if you wanted the invisibility people to deal with this or how you wanted to approach it. All right, so
The invisibility person.
Scoot back.
I'll
I'll
let
scooch
the
back.
4 of them scoot back. I'll go in there flying. Just so I don't bump into any skeletons.
okay. Now these undead in here, they don't notice you because you're invisible at the moment. So what are you two gonna do?
It's only me. Two Bands is visible. He stopped being invisible because
okay.
he shot the Ray of Frost. So he's in the room with them.
Gotcha. All right. So it's just you, Drakthal.
The main character of the story. Okay.
Yes, I mean...
All right. I'm gonna float up top near, like, to the right of the monstrosity, but far enough away not to, interact with it.
Okay.
And see if there's a way I can pick the lock of its chain to free it and have it attack the skeletons.
Okay. You're gonna do that? All right. Let me see. Here.
Am I able
Good luck.
Perception?
Let's see here. Good question. Well, you don't need to roll perception. But, well, go ahead and roll perception. You can do that. Maybe you'll spot something else.
15?
Okay. So you notice there's this piglet that's struggling, right, in one of the skeleton's hands. And it has a kind of like a pendant around its neck. And it's obviously it's squealing, right? That's what you notice.
But yeah, okay. I'll look at the thing confining the monstrosity again. So is there a way I can free it by lockpicking or something?
Okay. So let's take a look. Where is my damn tab at? I didn't accidentally close it again, did I? Hold on. Okay. Okay, so if you want to, you can try. It is shackled, and you can try to lockpick at it.
Alright, so I'm gonna try the sleight of hand to pick that lock quietly.
Okay.
17.
Okay. So let's see. You said 17? Okay. All right, so you managed to get one of its shackles and one of its feet off. It has 2 more.
And no one noticed?
Because this thing has 3 feet, by the way. Nobody noticed.
Yep. Nobody noticed? Alright, let's try again. Sleight of hand. Come on. I got a 7. Damn.
Okay. So you end up failing with it as you're doing that, and let's see what happens here. Okay. It didn't notice.
Oh.
Right. So if you
So
want,
I can
you could
try again.
You could try again.
Alright. 16.
Okay, you get another one off.
Alright. Let's get the last one.
Okay.
10?
Okay. Nope. And the thing, you hear something, right? When all of a sudden you hear in your head, hungry. You hear that, and this thing, okay, it tries to take a bite at you. Okay, but it misses. And you think that it can't see you, but it knows something's there. Right? So if you want, you can try to get the last foot.
I will try. Let's go for it.
Okay.
22.
Okay, too easy. You free it, right? And
now fly the fuck away.
okay.
Whee!
Okay. Is that what you're doing? You're just dashing out
Yep,
now?
Flying away.
Okay.
Flying away.
Alright, you do that, and this thing is now starting to rampage in the room, and it's eating at the other skeletons and stuff. And this little piglet's running, okay? And it's running in the direction that it sees that it's open, right? Because it's freaking out. And so all these other things are attacking it now.
No.
Okay. So now, what do you want to do?
Kill the pig and throw
I'm
it
gonna
out.
grab that pig and throw it back in there.
Are you? Are you shutting the door when you do
I'm gonna
it?
grab it and throw it back
Oh
in
my
there.
Let me
God.
grab the pig. Yeah.
Get rid of the pig.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh,
He
piggy.
said hungry. There you go.
All right. You shut the door.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
give it a minute.
Is there a lock? Can we lock it?
Let's.
We'll hold the door closed.
Alright, I'm gonna roll here. An outcome roll. Okay. This abomination pretty much eats all of these guys. Alright. So that's what happens. And now it's wandering in the room. Well, actually, there's the pig. I forgot about that. Alright. It goes to attack the pig, and you hear squealing. Alright. You hear some really loud squealing. Like it's trying to run around. Alright, what are you doing now?
Justina is hearing this and squirming, but not an idiot, not opening the door.
Okay.
We'll see if it rampages through another door.
Alright.
It has 4 doors to choose from, so we'll probably hit
Poor
a
piggy
teleporter.
became bacon. Okay. Well, it got eaten.
That's my patron laughing.
So,
Is the patron happy? Yes, yes he is.
alright. So, you don't know exactly what's going on with this thing or where it's at. But something happened in the room, right?
Mhm.
So then the question is, what are you going to do now? It's kind of quiet now.
Alright, now since I'm still invisible, I'm gonna stealthily go over to the door and just crack it open.
Crack it open.
Just crack it open.
Alright. You see that
Just a little
creature
bit.
still in there, but you don't see the skeletons. You see pieces of them all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
What is it looking at right now?
We'll just say it's looking to the south right now. It doesn't notice you.
Alright, so I'm gonna fly in there silently and knock on the door to the north and see if it rams through it.
Okay. You're gonna knock on the door, or you're gonna open the door?
Yep. I'm gonna knock and open the door and fly up so that it'll run in there.
And you're invisible still, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Alright. Not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's stairs, and there's actually another door there, though. And the thing runs over. Okay. Alright. And it's going in here. Alright, so it's banging on the door right now.
All right. While it's doing that, I'm gonna fly south and open that door silently.
Okay. Go right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Oh shoot. Okay, never mind. Drakthal does have a sending stone. Never mind.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go down and open that door silently.
Okay. Alright. So, when you open this door, though, you see even more pigs everywhere.
Oh.
In these pig pens.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what you see. And you hear voices coming from the northwest.
Northwest.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
And, how are you guys doing on time, by the way?
I'm not dead yet.
Actually,
Okay.
I think I need to go like now, unfortunately.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want, we could stop right there then.
Ooh,
And
it's a sneaky room with lots of weird symbols in there. Lots of structures or something.
now these pens are built into the ground a little bit. So you kind of overlook the pens, but you see a bunch of undead over here.
Dude, this is some Silence of the Lambs shit.
Yeah, except with Silence of the Piggies.
And
Oink, oink.
you do see some red wizards as well. All right, in the top right. And you get the idea that this this abomination creature is very close to, is at that other door, because you see another one too. But this is what you see in the room currently. Okay. All right. All right. So you said you wanted to stop there then?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That was a lot of fun there at the end, though.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the pig back in there.
Oh, poor piggy. We could have made the piggy come along with us.
Oh no,
Nah,
poor
I'm not
piggy.
gonna give RuFF another fireball target.
All right, so that's pretty much what you see for next time.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, Adventures of Drakthal and the Piggies.
And the bacon.
Motherfuckers.
All right. I'll go ahead and save it there then. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. We'll continue it next week then.
All right.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Yep.
Good
Have a
night.
good night, everyone.
Night.
Night. Alrighty. So we'll probably do a little bit of StarCraft here. Just gotta bear with me. Let's see.